pedophile. One more time for the sinuses. Pedophile. Alright, I feel a lot better. Tell you why I said that at the end of this video. Last night, Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys. The man won a Grammy for each whop he did to Drake in the song. It was an interesting night. As we all know, the man wore an actual Canadian tuxedo. Drake fans always say you Kendrick stans look too deep into stuff and give stuff meaning when it doesn't have meaning. Either way you go, this is diabolical, because if Kendrick Lamar purposely tried to wear a Canadian tuxedo, this is diabolical. If Kendrick Lamar didn't do it at all, he just wanted to wear a jean outfit, this man got the greatest luck of all time. Either way you want to ride with it, it was fire. Before we get into the title of the video, I just want to say I was so happy for Doechii. This was the signaling of the next superstar, and that's what I wanted so badly. I remember I used to fight against calling this a mixtape. I used to call it an album, and I remember quickly thinking last night, maybe this should be an album. Alligator bites never heal, but it's even more diabolical if it's only a mixtape, because if it's an album, you're the 3rd woman to win best rap album of the year with an album. But if it's a mixtape, you're not only the 1st woman to win best rap album of the year with a mixtape, you're the 1st human being to ever do this, which is a bigger accomplishment for Doechii. I could not have been more happy. Hard work. And I had no idea people was calling her an industry plant. I've never in my life seen a talented industry plant. And a lot of people don't even know Doechii is a YouTuber. She's probably going to be one of the 2nd biggest YouTubers of all time. Justin Bieber was a YouTuber. A lot of people don't know that. He was a little YouTuber playing his guitar. Doechii was a YouTuber. Doechii put all her trials and tribulations, songwriting, losing her job, getting fired, all the way to this long, extensive come up that she's been waiting for. So, I never bought into people calling her an industry plant. And it's funny because you got to look at the kind of people that are trying to say that this talented chocolate black woman is an industry plant. I was really happy for Rhapsody, but I was also happy for Erykah Badu pulling in a Grammy, doing it the way that she wanted to do. She never wanted to change or sacrifice the kind of music she wanted to make, which is another reason. Shout out to Rhapsody. I don't want to mix them or confuse them, but it's another reason I'm very proud for Doechii, because most really intelligent people, they will lean towards the sound of great lyrics. And then most people we stereotype as shallow are going to go for the biggest hits. Doechii, when she screamed, is everything, is literally everything. And she cleared a pathway for her for the future without having any problems at all. Doechii comes out with a big, massive hit. She told you it was everything. Doechii comes out with a big, super lyrical song. She told you it was everything. Doechii comes out with one of the biggest R&B love songs ever. She told you it was everything. But back on to my man Kendrick Lamar. I love how Kendrick Lamar set it up, and he always tricks the streamers and everybody who wants to come out with their video so fast. Looks like Kendrick Lamar wasn't there. It looks like, whatever award he's going to win is going to be, I'm not going to say lackluster, but the steam will be let down because he's not going to be there to receive the award. So DJ Mustard went up there. He got the award all 3 of the times. And then it came to the 2 biggest ones. But before we get into the song of the year and record of the year, the title of the video, just another caveat for, it was a lot of movies made last night. Here's a movie. Black woman decides to leave her genre and try a new genre of music, only to be shunned by the entire community in that genre, not even nominating her, even though she outsold pretty much all of them in their own genre doing it for the first time. They shunned her, moving it away. The end of the movie comes, and then the biggest award show, she wins Country Album of the Year. That's a movie. Doechii winning is a movie. The hard-working underground artist wins for the first time on a mixtape. Now we got another movie with Kendrick Lamar dusting off the remains of Drake. So I just want to say this right here, man. Every time Drake tries a plan, it really backfires on him pretty hard. So Drake's plan was to overshadow Kendrick with a bunch of music before Kendrick can make his own first song, and to mock him for it, blew up in his face as Kendrick Lamar did an Uno reverse card, dropping all these songs, destroying Drake in the battle. Drake's second plan was, hey, let's come out with this bot story right before he does his little pop-out concert. Blew up right in Drake's face because Drake put it right before the pop-up. The pop-up was so successful, it drowned out anything Drake was trying to say. Oh, Kendrick Lamar's going to drop an album called G and X. Let's drop the lawsuit. Blew up in his face, and probably one of the biggest L's of all time became an even bigger L of all time. So now we come up here into a couple of days before the Grammys, and then someone filed a sexual assault charge lawsuit against TDE, Kendrick Lamar's former company that he was with most of his friends are still on the record label, Doechii on the record label, SZA on the record label. And while this was filed in December, it just so happened to be released 2 days before the Grammys. But right during the day of the Grammys, people started figuring out that one of the women, or maybe both of the women involved in the lawsuit, actually has ties to OVO and Drake, and I think is another one of Drake artists in OVO, and also has the same manager as Drake's father, which totally loses any kind of steam to make Kendrick Lamar look bad, even though it never had anything to do with him in the first place. Just totally muddies that entire thing. So after that deflates right before the Grammys, this man's song is nominated for 5 awards and he sweeps all 5 of them. You gotta, if you're a Drake fan, when do you go, you gotta stop. I had a friend in the military who kept trying to fight this guy, and the dude would just knock him out cold. Knock his tooth out, face bubbles up. We got to drag him back home. He come back again, month later after everything swollen, went down and stuff. He want to fight the guy again. I'm like, all right, bro. Boom, the guy knock him out again, and he falls on this side. Now his other tooth knocked out. Crazy that this is a true story. People who know me know what I'm talking about. But it got to a point to where, bro, when you going to stop? When you going to stop? Are you in love with taking L's? But here go the biggest 2 L's in the title of the video. Everybody thinks the biggest L Drake took last night was for Record of the Year, the most coveted award you can win for a single song. Now, I've always been under the impression that Kendrick Lamar was equally great at destroying Aubrey Graham and destroying Drake. Example being, Meet the Grams destroyed Aubrey Graham. It destroyed him on a personal level, dissecting all of his life's decisions, something that makes you sit home alone and think to yourself. And then he came right back destroying Drake, the artist, with Not Like Us, taking what Drake covets, numbers. So when we look at Record of the Year, you think Record of the Year, Song of the Year, I'm glad Kendrick won both, but what's the difference? They sound like the same exact award. They're not. Record of the Year is probably what you think it is. It means you have the massive, most successful song, all category, beat everything involved. The totality of a single song, you have the biggest record of the year, which I know is really going to hurt Drake's feelings. But what about Aubrey Graham? Song of the Year is focused on the song writing. Do you know what this means? This means that a panel of 13,000 people didn't care about DJ Mustard's beat. They pulled out a sheet of paper and read the lyrics. Do you guys know how hard it is to write a really great love song? Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga to write a song that massive that you can hold your spouse and dance around in the kitchen, to write lyrics like that. And a panel of distinguished 13,000 people across all genres and all walks of life pulled out a sheet of paper and said, "Say, Drake, I hear you like 'em young. You better never go to cell block 1." What's so funny about that line is like Kendrick wrote that line like that has to come from a black grandma or a black mama. Your mom ever picked out an outfit and is really nice and neat, but is lame as fuck? So they pick out an outfit. You go in your room as a kid, you pick out something else, some holes and shit all in it. Basically, your play clothes. And your mama look at you and say, "What you got that on for? You better never wear that to grandma's house." Every time I get to that part of the song, I don't even think about Kendrick. I just think about the Black Mama, which is ironic because maybe he's saying that's what Drake missing. You better never go to Cell Block 1. But really think about it. This taught me something new when Song of the Year got a sting. It got a sting. They're calling you a pedophile. And they literally read the lyrics and said, this is the greatest song of 2024. That gotta hurt. That gotta hurt. And I thought that Kendrick Lamar was saying Drake is not like us. He's not like the culture. He's not like Black Americans. But 13,000 people that vote for the Grammys, that's old white Jewish music lawyers, execs, country singers, rappers. That's everybody in the world. This man with this award shows that Drake is not like any normal human being across any walks of life. Gosh, it would be exhausting to be a Drake fan right now. That's my video. So to end the video, I said pedophile at the beginning, and it really stems from someone had posted that they were shocked at the Grammys that they allowed the song to be played, and they played it specifically on a line that said certified pedophile. And I'm like, why do people think that you can't say pedophile on television? Do you know that pedophile is not a bad word? Do you know that murder is not a bad word? These are not derogatory terms. The actions in these words are very, very despicable, but the actual term is just a regular word. So I'm like, well, what will make people think that this is really a bad thing to say out loud? And it's social media. These words were said by content creators that are getting paid. And so I thought about that, and I'm like, yeah, they right. You know, you got to say PDF file. You can't just say pedophile. You get demonetized. And then I'm going like, wait, I've never in my life got demonetized because I said the word pedophile in the video. It's never happened during my lives. I try to say PDF, but then I go live and I just naturally talk to my audience. I end up saying pedophile because it's the normal word to say. So I'm like, well, let me do a science experiment here, because how did this happen? I think it's around 2019, 2020 where certain words start getting videos demonetized. And it started from the true crime YouTube community. That's where it all stemmed from. And so when you say words such as murder or pedophile, the video would get flagged. But then I'm like, well, that's a lot of stuff in a true crime video. I mean, you're talking about some deep, dark stuff that happened in real life to people. So maybe brands don't want their advertisement focus on this documentary or this specific kind of video that actually got it demonetized instead of the specific word. So maybe it's the word in relation to everything else that you're saying in the video. Could be. The only way to try it out is to start the video saying pedophile and saying pedophile throughout and saying pedophile at the end, and then we'll see what this video get monetized. That's it. For the Grammys, I think I hit on every topic. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I will have future content coming to you. Asante.